Hi, everybody. We are getting closer to the lunch break, so we've got me and a panel, and then we've got lunch. I'll try to keep you guys entertained. I am Hope. I lead up membership in the NBA ID program and have been at the league for about 4.5 years. And I'm going to take you through a little bit of the story of how we got to what NBA ID is through the NBA landscape, why points are not appropriate for the program that we built, and then if not points, then what else? And throughout that discussion, as I explain the program, I'll take you through the journey of how we've evolved from our first season to now our third season. So this is the landscape of what it means to be a fan at the NBA. We've heard from some other brands. Margaritaville gave a similar example. Fanatics. There are a lot of different business lines that customers interact with big brands. In our case, we are a sports league, an association in partnership with teams and players. We are also a media company, licensing our games to our partners where you watch the games on TV. We are a direct-to-consumer product, so we have a streaming business that we sell called League Pass. But we also license out our merchandise business through various partners, not just one partner. We have an events business. We run events like the NBA Emirates Cup, All-Star Weekend, which is next week in San Francisco. And then we license out our name to fantasy and gaming. So this is by no means a complete picture, but this is an example of where the NBA touches fandom. And fandom is inherently emotional. We talked earlier about transactional versus emotional loyalty. Fandom is emotional, and when a fan thinks about what it means to be a fan, they're not thinking about the business lines that make up the NBA. They're just thinking, I'm a fan of basketball, and I see the NBA in all of that. So this is where we started to think about what does membership mean? What kind of program can we build? So we landed on this vision statement. I'll read it. A connected experience across the league, teams, partners, and regions that recognizes and celebrates the unique ways that fans engage with the NBA. And what this does not say is a points program that gives you points for engaging in all of these different ways and redeeming for different things. This statement was meant to be as flexible as possible, because if you think about the transactional nature of a points program, you would have to be able to compare both on the back-end business side and to the fan. What does it mean to pay the league directly for League Pass versus buy season tickets from a team? The revenue flows in different ways, but to a fan, there's no way to say that one fan is a bigger fan than another, and points and tiers inherently lend themselves to that, at least in our landscape. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't have to make it feel like to a fan, you're a bigger fan than you are because you did this versus that. So that's where we start. So if not points, what else? This is our program, NBA ID. It is a free membership program, so we just heard about a paid model. And for us, the idea of being a free program was really important because we do have a paid subscription product. And we didn't want a lower price paid membership program to feel like it was a path into the subscription product, because that's not the right product for everyone. We wanted to be as welcoming as possible. So we started out with these three mechanics: benefits, voting, and badges. I'll take you through what each of them are. With the benefits pillar, this is a pretty traditional part of a membership program. We provide offers from our partners to our members. But what I'm going to take you through in each slide is a little bit of where we started and where we are now, because starting a new program is not easy. So we wanted to provide offers to our members from our partners, our linear partners, our marketing partners, examples like Nike and Gatorade and New Era. We were having a hard time getting those partners to understand the value of reaching these members. So the other challenge that we were having is the NBA calendar is really, really complex. There's always a moment where the league is trying to get a message out. So we found this moment in the season calendar where there was not as much going on, First year, it happened to be right around March Madness, was a challenge in and of itself, but it wasn't a league moment, it was still a basketball moment. And we decided to put together a week of offers for our members during this key time. And what this did was it gave us a moment to talk about NBA ID to our members, and it gave us a moment to say to our partners, if you give us an offer to give to our members in this window, we're gonna give you that much more marketing, and we're gonna get that much more mind share to get your offers out in front of our fans. What we also did was tack on an offer from the league. So at the end of this week of offers, you get access to our League Pass product, the streaming product. So we were able to bring together both partner offers and league offers in this 1 week. We've done this a couple different ways over a couple of different seasons, but we're at the point now where we've proved the value and our partners understand this is the moment where we're gonna interact. This is the moment where we're gonna try and create an offer to give to your fans during this time frame. Voting, this is one of my favorite of our pillars because it was born of an insight during research that was really, really clear. And if you think about yourself as a fan of whatever sport it is you choose, fans have a lot of opinions, and they want to be heard, and they want to have influence on league decisions. So we built this mechanic to try and create an opportunity for fans to have influence and have a voice in how the league operates and make sure that they feel like the league is hearing them and taking action on that. The flip side of that is organizationally trying to find these opportunities to allow fans to have influence in year one, super challenging. But there was a moment where this was already happening with all-star voting. So before the NBA ID program existed, fans could still vote on who was going to be a starter in the all-star game. What we had to do was internally get the league to just brand it as an NBA ID benefit. And that was the kind of linchpin that unlocked being able to find more and more of these opportunities over the years. So year one, all-star starter voting, it was an NBA ID benefit. Did fans know it necessarily? Maybe, maybe not. We were still building the brand identity. Last year, we added on 2 really fun examples of how fans could influence. There was a Steph and Sabrina shootout contest at All-Star Weekend. We gave fans the opportunity to vote between the 2 of them who gets to go last, because that is a benefit if you're thinking about the competition. And we also, in partnership with Nike, gave fans the opportunity to vote on what shoes Jason Tatum was going to wear during the game. That was one of our most successful votes. Really fun, low risk, and huge impact for the fans to feel like they have that connection with the player. Going into All-Star Weekend next weekend, if this conference were 2 weeks from now, I could tell you about a really exciting opportunity, but so the details don't matter, but the real takeaway is that as we built this success, the organization is now coming to my team to say, we've got this idea for fans to have a real influence, what do you think? So we're moving along this organizational journey to get the rest of the company to embrace what this opportunity really means for the program and for our members. And then the last mechanic, badges. This one is a really funny one because when we thought about the program, we knew we didn't want to do points, but we also knew that we still needed a way to recognize. And we needed a way to recognize that uniqueness of the fans that I mentioned at the beginning. So badges was the way that we came up with doing it. That being said, for as much as the organization thought we should have a points program, and I spent some time convincing otherwise, badges is the closest thing to a currency and didn't get as much excitement within the organization. So I made a conscious decision to build 5 badges. We're going to launch it with the program. We're going to put it out there and just let it be, knowing that badges inherently needs to create, the value needs to come from the fans. They need to start to see it as valuable. They're not just going to immediately think, oh, here's a digital badge. This is valuable. So we launched it with 5 badges. We kind of let it go. Year 2, we added 15 more badges to help fans identify, am I a linear viewer? Am I a, pick'em player? Do I play NBA Play? Do I attend particular games or events? We added streaks into the mix, so we started to dive into that gamification aspect. And then this past season, we took it to the next, or this current season, I should say, we took it to the next level, and we introduced challenges. And challenges is a way to build a sort of time-bound promotion, drives fans to participate in the multiple ways across our digital properties that they can interact, and then add a sweepstakes to the end of it for US and Canada residents only. I don't get that kind of laugh in other rooms, so that's great. And the other great thing about Challenge is, again, this is an organizational opportunity as much as it is for the members, was that the challenges allowed us to show the rest of the organization how we could help drive each of their parts of the business with this one opportunity. So in our first challenge at the start of season, we had you choose your favorite team. We had you playing NBA Pick'em, we had you play NBA Play, we had you vote on something. So you had to do all of these different activities to earn that badge. And so we're really excited where this is gonna go into next season. There's a lot of legs and opportunities to bring it beyond the direct data that we have now, and how can we, thinking back to that chart at the beginning, how can we start to expand all the different ways that we drive interactions with our program? So I will leave you with a couple of key takeaways that I learned as part of this journey, and we've heard on the stage already this morning. Question the norms. So, we've talked about a lot of different non-traditional programs already. The folks that are maybe asking you the question of what should loyalty and membership mean at your organization, they already have an answer in their mind. So you've got to question what they're thinking, but then also bring them along as you're figuring out the strategy. Make sure they understand why you're recommending what it is that you're recommending. Have patience. I have given a similar presentation over the years, and it's looked very different. I have had a vision of what this is going to look like from the beginning. Has it always looked like that at each execution? No. But you've got to hold on to that vision that is out there and where you can get to with your strategy. So have patience in yourself and have patience in the rest of the organization, because it's going to take them longer to see your vision than it will for you to feel that vision. And then lastly, find a way to say yes and. This has been the biggest learning for me in the NBA, which is a very complex organization, is while you have a vision, you need people across the board to support that at every level of the organization. So if you've got someone who brought you an idea that wasn't exactly the way that you thought this would come together, take that, go process that thought somewhere else, come back and say yes and figure out how you can bring that to life, because the more of these people, these more advocates in your company that you have, the more successful your program is going to be. So with that, sign up on the NBA app.